All right, April, I'll start and you'll chime in,
Yep.
or do we want to let everybody else start?
Um, we can let them start if they want.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think we'll do it.
Who wants to talk?
I think we'll do things in reverse tonight. Anyway, good evening, everybody. How are you? I want pictures tonight, so just turn your picture thing off and go live. I don't care if you're in your pajamas. I don't care if you didn't get dressed today. I don't, if you didn't, just kind of cover up a little bit anyway, but um, you know, just a little bit anyway. Hey, you can laugh about that, but we've had people shock us when they were in the bathroom and they went in with their phone. Okay, so you can laugh all you want. You have no idea what could happen on Zoom when people forget they're live on camera. You can anyway, I'll leave it at that, right, April?
Yep.
But anyway, if you were in Dallas, okay, absolutely turn your picture on. Okay. I want to see, and I know you're hungover and I know you're tired and I know you flew home and I know everything because we all did it. Okay. But, if you would, no more than 30 seconds. Okay. Because whoever was there, I want to give them their 30 seconds. I would just like you to share what it felt like. We're going to go over the highlights, so you don't have to talk about any announcements, something. I just want you to share what you felt and what it felt like to you to be there. And, you know, just share your experience. So if you would like to say something, unmute, and now is your moment. Either raise your hand or just start talking.
All right, this is Debbie Riggs from North Carolina.
Hey, I think I saw you.
You did. You and that was one of the highlights. You and April and your team. It was fun to see, people in person that I have only seen on the Zooms. So that was nice, and just the energy in the room, the combination of the Love Biome and the LifeVantage family felt so good, and the workshops were outstanding. And I'll just leave it at that.
I agree. I'll just do my Patrick Swayze say and say ditto, to that. But those workshops were good. And as a matter of fact, everyone, just make a note. We don't have a date yet, but one of the amazing ladies leading one of the workshops, Jenny Crane, has offered to train our team in exchange for April and I training her team, and that will happen in the coming weeks. Okay, we're going to close out October and we're going to try and do that sometime in early November. And she's going to train specifically on utilizing social media to build the business. Okay, because 80 75% of how she has built her EC3 business, that's a $300,000 a month plus business, she did through social media. Okay, so, and she's an absolute sweetheart. April and her are really close too, but she's just a sweetheart. So that will be coming. Okay. I know everybody enjoyed Robin Summer last week, and we have Jenny coming up, and a number of other teams have asked us to train, and I'm sure they'll be offering their special services too. So there'll be more of that as the months go by. Who else wants to share from Dallas?
I will.
Go for it.
Um, this one was almost as good. Actually, I think it was better than my very first meeting with LifeVantage in 10 years. The excitement, and my first one was global, and there was over 5,000 people there. But this one was unbelievable with I believe it's the combination of the merge. Those people are awesome. They even offered to do video testimonies for me. So I got a couple of them, and the excitement that they shared as well was amazing. And the workshops, I loved them. They
Yeah,
were perfect.
again, that was an extremely pleasant surprise. The workshops, the topics were spot on. The speakers were all heart. you know, not obviously knowledge, but all heart in the way they did it. And now I couldn't agree more. Who else?
Bob,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steve.
yeah, I ditto what some of what Cheryl said, but the other thing is, if you didn't take advantage of the 189 for two
Well,
phone,
I'm getting to that, Steve.
okay.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's on the list. So thanks for mentioning, but that
Okay,
is on the list.
our practice has been, we don't leave the event without paying for the next event ticket.
And that is one of the best habits you could ever get into is doing
It's
that.
not,
Yeah.
it's not an issue.
It's a non-negotiable.
Yeah, that because you know the deal of deals is going to be offered while you're there live. I mean, you know that. So, but anyway,
Yep.
who else? Who else wants to share?
I'll share, Bob.
Go ahead, Amy. Hey, it was good to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too. I've been in a slump for the last couple months, just how life can just bring things down. And I really needed to come to this event. And it just lifted me up and inspired me. And meeting the people from Love Biome, they just, spoke to my heart. I love them. And just, you all, just everybody there. I thoroughly enjoy seeing everybody.
You know what's really
at
cool?
convention.
It's nice that we are going to have a lot more of an East Coast presence.
Yes.
Because all of their leaders, all of them live on the East Coast. And so there's going to be a lot more, I would say, events and corporate things in the coming year or two. You know, there's going to be more stuff on the East Coast. When you're based in Utah and everybody lives in Arizona or California, the top people, it tends to lean that way. And, it's going to certainly get more balanced out. So, but it was great seeing you too.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
I like to say something.
Go for it, buddy.
Success starts with a decision. It was a start day one. Let's start over. Let's get this together. And overthinking paralyzes the heart. And it was a great 2 days and meeting all the new people. And again, just restarting, and wherever you are, it doesn't matter. Let's get it going.
It's funny you should say that. I heard that probably more than anything else as I was talking to people, and some folks have already said that here, and Amy just said it, but it not only did the merger, it's not a merger, it's an acquisition. LifeVantage bought Love Biome, and everything's merged together. But the reason they did that is because the product is a perfect fit for what we do, and the distributor base they have was a perfect culture match for LifeVantage and our culture. The cultures just were perfect for each other. And that's why the electricity in the room was just crazy. You could have charged your phone without plugging it in. It was just incredible how that was. So April, what did you think?
Yeah, I see Noelle's on here and I'm just still smiling. I just love how these events give people courage to make that phone call they won't make, or do something that they see others doing it, and all of a sudden the belief is there that they can have it too. And so if you were there, you probably heard us go over this, but Noelle did her first reel. Noelle, you can talk in a second if you want. I'm still so proud of you. You did an amazing job. And she is blown away. Noelle, are you going to talk for a second?
Sure, I'll talk.
I'm so happy for you.
So it's
Stop
true. I
making
did
me cry, Noelle. I'm a man too, and you always make me cry. Would you stop that?
I'm sorry. I'm still grinning because you guys helped me and Dee helped me. Dee actually took the video and it was very spontaneous. She said, "Do it again." I was drinking the collagen, so she said, "Do it again." And she took this video and she helped me post this reel. And what was so amazing to me is I got 300 at the last count. It was 300 people had viewed that reel and my post. which was utterly amazing. And two people have asked about what it was that I was taking. I mean, what it did for my belief, it was, and the commitment to doing these reels and postings and social media more often was unbelievable. I'm still smiling and still laughing and still in shock. So
Is
thank you,
it safe
April.
to say, Noel, is it safe to say that that has never happened before?
It never happened. Never happened before. Sorry for the noise in the background.
You got to watch. I'm sure Dee is going to say something. You got to watch her with her camera. She's videoing stuff when you don't even know you're looking, and when nobody's looking. She's priceless. We love her, and she was just freaking hysterical. Hey, Dana, we hadn't seen you in a while. What were your thoughts?
Hold on, I got to figure out how to get myself off mute.
You're good.
I loved it. Yes, I hadn't been to any events in a couple of years. So it re-energized me. Just hearing all the things, I mean, everything, you hear the same stuff just by different people, and certain things, certain people that spoke resonated with me, which was good. Yeah, it just kind of lights you on fire again, which is good. I'm excited. I've been sitting here making my list. Well, you can't see it, but my list of people from my phone that I'm going to be reaching out to. So, because you got to start out with a list, and I'm basically using this as a relaunch, even though I still have my business. I have tons of customers and consultants, but there's so many people that need to know about this. So,
Yeah, this is. I mean, this is day one for everybody.
Bobby, she needs to tell her chiropractic story.
oh,
Because
Okay.
it's a warning, it's a reminder to all of us, and so important
Go
how
ahead, without names. Go ahead and
Yeah.
share it down.
Okay, so I shared a story on my Facebook, and it had to do with somebody in our business, not in our direct, but in LifeVantage, that was doing a Zoom. And I just shared it in my stories on Facebook, just in case somebody wanted to, join. And that evening, on Wednesday evening, I got a text from my son's new hockey coach saying, I know that person. I went to school with them. And I was like, no way. And then, of course, I had to go meet that person at the academy this weekend because I wanted to let him know. And his answer was, why is he not doing this yet? And I'm like, I'm working on it. So,
That's what happens when you post.
yep.
You just don't know who knows who. And, you know, again, it was great seeing you. I'm so glad you decided to sleep over, stay and play.
Yeah, it was
Even
exciting.
though you live less than an hour away, you
Yeah.
decided to stay and play. We're glad
Nope.
you did that.
It was
So,
good. I wish Keith could have been there. He wishes he could have too, but I'm thankful he was able to stay
Well,
home and
there's this Vegas
come
thing
say hi.
coming up we're going to mention in a second. So,
Hold on.
Hey,
Somebody's going to say hi real
hey,
quick.
Keith, come on in.
What's going on?
Keith, you
I miss
gotta
y'all
meet
so
us,
much.
and you gotta meet us in Vegas, if not
Next one's
before.
in Vegas.
Well, we just got to put on our calendar and make it happen then.
Yeah, and you got some notice. It's an April date, and we'll probably see you before then. But how do you not want to go to Vegas? How does anybody not want to go to Vegas? So
I'll tell you what, I'd rather go wherever you guys are. It doesn't matter if it's Vegas or not. Is that all right?
yeah, that's perfect,
sweet.
man. We did miss you, and really want to see you the next time.
No, I appreciate it. Miss you guys too.
Who else wants to share? Everybody said their piece. Well, I want to show a few pictures. Are you guys okay? I did not have enough time, and April's going to put together a video, a highlight video, and that'll probably be ready for next week. But let me just, and here's what I'd like you to think about as I show the pictures. I just want you to see the pure love, energy, excitement in the people's eyes in the pictures. You know, the eyes are, what do they say? The eyes show you the soul. And I just want you to see this because it is, you'll understand what folks have been talking about. Okay, first things first, and I'm going to mention this a couple times. And Steve said it, and I think Alex started to say it, but when you're at the event, okay, whether it's Momentum Academy, Elite Academy, or it's global, whatever it is, they offer a deal, okay, to register for the next event. And for the first time ever, they're doing a twofer. In other words, you register for one and you get both. So for 189, you're registered for in April, and the dates are online, okay, but it's in April, and that is going to be in Las Vegas. Okay, that's where that's going to be. And then you're also will be registered for October in Salt Lake City. Okay, or in Utah. I think it's Salt Lake City, but Global will be local near the company in Utah. So you get two events for the price of one. It's only available for 72 hours, and 48 of those hours are shot. Okay. In other words, you got to tomorrow night to do it. Okay. That is on the website. That QR code also works. Okay. But you can go to the website and it's a twofer. Okay. So keep that in mind. I wanted to get that out there quick. So this was a group shot for those of us that were part of the what were we, Captain's Club, April? Is that what it was? I think it was
Yep,
Captain's Club. And those were the people that were starting to spread the word early about P84. And you could see the Love Biome people were part of that, and obviously they're in the picture here too. So a lot of the faces you see that you do not recognize are the new members of Love Biome.
But wait, go back. Tell them about the shirt. What the shirt said. What
Oh,
happened?
okay. So we were given this T-shirt that it says "It pays to know me." See, you see everybody's wearing it. It says "It pays to know me." This is going to end up becoming the official LifeVantage T-shirt. We took this picture the last day, Saturday morning, and they encouraged us to leave it on. Now, this is at 7:15 in the morning, okay? They did this really early. And we had people stopping us in the hall, not LifeVantage people, but people stopping us saying, "What is it that you guys do?" And, it seems like that line, "It pays to know me," resonates, just absolutely resonates. And everyone, there were about 2,000 people there at the conference. There's only about 50 of us here on the screen, okay? Everybody was asking and going into the store and asking for the T-shirt that says "It pays to know me." They had made the T-shirts up for the Captain's Club that for the last couple months we're working on things with the company, and it's going to be the most popular shirt. And I'll tell you what people are already doing. They were taking pictures of the shirt, and they're just going and getting them made online. They're just making their own. So what do you got? There's something you want to add, April?
Yeah, and Dee's online. She'll talk in a second too. But yeah, we had a guy. We didn't even read the front of the shirt. We just put him on at 7:15 in the morning. And while we're walking away, a guy came up and just like, "What do you do?" He says, "I see all these people here from the company and stuff." We still didn't think much of it until, I got his phone number, sent him videos and stuff, and I'll talk to him more tomorrow. But the shirts worked because that happened to somebody else. And that's when we finally read the shirts and said, "Oh, that's what it says." I mean, we literally just put these shirts on, but it was so cool how people.
It's so true. Like not even knowing what was on our chest.
Yeah. so they're really cool. So
We went up to corporate in the front of the stage and said, "Everybody's asking the store where can they buy these. That you may want to print up a few thousand of them, and people are going to want to buy them." So.
all right, let's see if we can hear Dee because she's on a cell phone, obviously traveling home. Dee, can you unmute or?
No? Okay.
It's hard because she's a
All
caller.
right. So anyway, I'm going to go through some pictures and stuff. We just had fun. Work and play is just the best. I mean, it's just so much fun. Those that don't know who Dee is, she's right over here. She's in the middle of Jackie and Gigi. Jackie and Gigi are our church friends. They're on fire. Kenneth and his new consultant Scott are on fire. You heard from Alex. And everyone will be in there. But this is April with the Ghostbusters. Okay, the Ghostbusters have been resurrected. There was not knowing, okay, obviously there was a huge Halloween party going on Saturday night at the hotel, and people were really into it. So, April is not always the first to jump up to get in a picture, but I said, hey guys, can my wife get in and get a picture with you guys? And not only did she, but I think, oh yeah, some of the other ladies hopped in the picture too. So it was fun. Hey, take a screenshot of this. These are dates and locations. And again, this is online, but you might as well do a screenshot now. These are cities or states where the company's going to be over the next 3 weeks. Okay, just, doing meetings and building momentum and stuff. And again, all of this is online. Now, how is this? Can you just imagine this? You have to appreciate this, okay? Obviously, we're in an elevator, okay? And there's too many in the elevator, but the buzzer didn't go off. And all of a sudden, the pictures start being taken. We go down a floor, up a floor, and the door opens. And there's one of the Love Biome people who spoke in the special sessions, and he sees this crowd with this. Look at the faces. I mean, look at the eyes of the people in the picture. And we said, we could squeeze in and you can hop in with us. And he's like, I think I'll wait for the next elevator. It was wall-to-wall people. But then we go up one more floor, and Julie Boyster is standing there, and the door opens, and this is what she sees. It was like, but she got in. She got in. So anyway, what can I tell you? It was a lot of fun, but let me share this with you, and we'll get some more testimonies. There is never a better time to speak to people after you're so wound up and excited. And if you weren't there, I just hope the energy of the people that have spoken and that you'll allow our energy to go into your head and your heart. Okay. I hope you'll be a sponge, and absorb it. But there is never a better time to be inviting people about what's exciting. And we learned a lot more about the P84. We heard testimonies on it. And it's going to be big. It's going to be a big addition. But the bigger addition is actually going to be the distributor base that came over, because they are so excited about having LifeVantage's products on to go with the P84. They're more excited to get our products, I think, than we are to get theirs. And theirs is awesome. I mean, they built an entire company around that product. And so the focus is on recruiting, folks. It's on recruiting. It's on sharing the opportunity to earn money and help other people earn money. The focus is on giving people hope, sharing your belief and faith with people and giving them hope that the things they desire in their life to either add to their life or remove from their life are available to them with the LifeVantage business opportunity. And obviously the product line goes with that. So all of this energy, all of this attention, all of this focus is going to come out Wednesday night in our next opportunity presentation. Okay. Where, it's a live presentation. And, April, what do you got to add to this?
Yeah, you've seen this slide a million times, and maybe after a while, it's just not resonating the same it should. But one of the trainings that Jenny and Ashley did, and I love this, and it was so subtle. I hope it was caught by all. But one of the things that we have to keep up is certainly our high energy, our enthusiasm. When we're coming off of an event like this, it's so important. But they said stop the texting and get back on the phone. Call people. Don't be doing all this texting, because everybody's texting. It's no different than when we write a handwritten thank you note or we write a birthday card and put it in the mail as opposed to just sending a text. It's allowing you to stand out from everyone else, and therefore you get their attention more than everyone else. So, I would tell you, and it was spot on what they were having to say. Sometimes we just have to make ourselves, again, stand out from what other people are doing, and do that by showing, enthusiasm and just a lot of high energy. Be in a hurry. Again, she said it, and you've heard me say it. Do not spend all this time on the phone. You got to wonder how busy they think you are if you've got, huge chunks of time to spend on the phone. It's like, look, I'm busy. Get on the Zoom. I don't have time to explain the whole thing to you. You just need to be on it. And so all these quick invites, and this is perfect timing with just these few days leading up to this from the event. And like I said, most of us are really, really excited. If you feel like you're not getting excited at any point, go back and look at some of the pictures, the goofy pictures. I mean, I've got pictures from that event of Dee, hugging a gorilla, Bobby kissing the gorilla. I mean, some of these photos, I can't even show you all. And I'm sure you've got some too that,
April, mention Telegram, please, because I didn't get a chance to put that on a slide.
Okay, yeah. So, I know we all had a blast. Share your photos with me that you're willing to share. I'd love to, again, put a little video thing together. But all the slides, not the presentations, but the slides from the weekend will be up in Hub coming forward this week. So, if you want to look at the social media training or any of that, you can at least read the slides. I don't know that the whole presentation is going to be there. They kept saying slides, and maybe that's a legal thing in case somebody says something that they're not supposed to, but those slides will be there. So I think most know, Bobby's not on Facebook. He got banned from Facebook. And we had collagen pics and some other before and afters in the messenger. And what happened is, because there's no control over the group, he was the only admin. We can't really be posting in there, because when I post something positive, somebody posts something negative right after it or says something dumb. And I don't even know where these people come from anymore. So
they're hackers.
They're hackers, yeah. So we've transitioned over to Telegram,
yeah.
Telegram, which is an app you can download. Just ask somebody. You don't have to necessarily ask Bobby and I. You can ask anybody. They can send you a link, an invite if you're unsure, or just ask somebody to help you with it. But that's where we're going to house everything. And again, Jenny was super sweet. She allowed us into some of those groups so that we can take that information out and put it in our group. So we'll have a lot more before and afters. And, unlike WhatsApp, they will stay there as we add new people. They'll be able to go back and look at all the others, and you can make files in little departments. So it'll make it easier that we have, one folder for the GLP-1, one for collagen, one for the P84, and, maybe all the opportunity videos and stuff. But we're going to,
the groups can be as large as 200,000 people. So
yeah,
we'll never have a trouble.
That's not a problem. That's not a problem today.
We hope it becomes a problem, right?
We do. We absolutely do. So, but yeah, and I know Bobby made some other people admins. So I really want it to be, and I always have wanted to be, everybody's group. So I really hope that, if as long as it's Business Life Vantage, you've got a great before and after testimony of video. I would love for everybody to be adding to that, because we all see different things on social media and see different pictures and get different testimonies from our customers and stuff. So, that's where we can all help each other a lot by just having all these testimonies and stuff, and just having them all in one place. So that's where we're going to be moving going forward.
Okay, so let me stop the share there and go back to the main screen. So the other thing, just one thing with the group, folks, if you're not on Telegram, it's easy enough. It's a free app. If they, it's not a big deal. But the fact that it'll house everything in one location, it'll hold up to 200,000, people in it. And the only thing we request is no self-promoting. Okay, this group is here for everybody. Just imagine it's there for everybody else. okay, and no self-promoting, and no promoting anything that's not LifeVantage. So you see something good that's LifeVantage, then we want to put it in there. But sometimes with some of these groups, there's just a lot of self-promoting going on, and we just we want to keep it LifeVantage, okay, and that's it. And what's great about it is that everything that we have ever used as a tool from this point forward, and we will get all the old tools that we still use in it in the coming weeks, okay? Because we just started it over the weekend, but it'll be like one-stop shop, and you won't have to go looking for where is this. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times during the week people text me, can you send me this? Can you send me that? The amount of time is mind-boggling. Now it's one place, it's there. You just go to Telegram and it's there, and you download it and share it and do anything you want, to promote your business with it. So, and very, very user-friendly. It was funny because when I came across Jenny Crane during the lunch break, she said, she says, yeah, and I know Fred's group has used it for a long time, but she said, yeah, that's all we use. And she said, I'll add you and April as to it and admin, and you can just grab any of our stuff you want. And we're going to put all of their stuff over on ours. I mean, we're just going to grab everything they're using. So you will have every tool you need and more in the coming months. Okay, it'll just all be added in. So. Anyone else want to share? Is anyone being shy?
Oh, I did put they're asking about the Telegram. I did put the link in the Team Unity Wins Facebook group. So, our business group. So if you're not finding it, you can go there and click on the link. So
if you go to either Google or the App Store, whether it's Google or Apple, whatever it is, and just put Telegram, it's Telegram Messenger. It's a white and blue arrow. It's really clear. It's a white and blue arrow. It's a free download. And then, the name that what you want to do is either, the name of the group is Healthy Edge, like the pack that they have out there now, Healthy Edge. That's the name of the group. And or you can search me or April or somebody else and they'll add you. Anybody can add anybody. So but again, we just went on it. So, if we need to get more familiar with it, obviously we're going to. But that is going to be the place where things are. And we're not going to take down what is out there, but we're not going to be adding to what is out there. It's all going to go in Telegram. Okay. And the company is going to be putting everything on the hub.lifevantage.com. And of course, their US consultant Facebook page. That's where the corporate, but corporate is what they post is like 10% of the tools that we use. 90% of the tools come from all of us. Okay. And other groups sharing with each other and stuff. That's where, that's where most of it comes from. So anybody else got anything, they want to share? Like I said, I know we've left a lot out, but everybody's flying home today. Everybody's maybe a little bit sluggish. We just wanted to remind you that do me a favor. I know not everybody participates in our opportunity Zooms because if everybody did and they had guests, we wouldn't have enough room. Okay, so that's how I know not everybody participates because we would have more people than we pay to be able to use it. So this is day one with the business. So would you treat Wednesday night as if it's the very first time you're launching your business and they're going to hear about the excitement that the opportunity represents? They're going to hear about the activation. Okay. They're going to hear about hope and faith and those things in regards to being able to build your business. treat it as if you are launching your business for the very first time. Cheryl said earlier she felt like, 11 years, 10, 11, 12 years ago, whenever it was, when they were in their first meeting and there were 5,000 people there. You remember how you felt when you first enrolled. Everybody does. Nobody forgets that feeling, because something made you enroll. Okay, something pushed your buttons and made you enroll. And we are there again. And I would give anything for everybody on our team, Fred's team and every other team, to have been there live, because if you saw in the eyes of the Love Biome people, you would be hitting yourself for not doing more with your business. Okay, you would absolutely. Now keep in mind, okay, some of us have been here 8 years, some of us are new. There's some people on here that have been here 14, 15 years. Okay, so the company's 16 years old. So you got Love Biome coming over here, joining a 16-year-old company, and it's day one for them. Okay, well, if it's day one for them, why isn't it day one for all of us? See, if it's day one for them because they're getting LifeVantage as part of their team, then it's day one for us because we're getting Love Biome and their product and their team is day one for us. It goes both ways. It's, they use, and I know, ladies, and I apologize for this, I hate the fact that they always use sports analogies and they use men's sports. Okay, I love sports, but this company is 80% women and they're using men's analogy for sports from the front of the room. I'm sorry that they do that, but one thing about sports, whether you're a football fan or a baseball fan or whatever it is, every sport has offense and every sport has defense. Regardless of what it is, there's an offense and a defense. And that is the way these two companies come together and complete each other. If you remember the end of the Tom Cruise movie where he said, "You complete me." You remember that line where it's one of the all-time famous movie lines ever. Say, "You complete me." That's kind of what we're talking about with the P84 and the Love Biome folks coming and joining the LifeVantage products and the LifeVantage people. We complete each other. And there will be no competition for us and our product line in the future. Okay, we will be the company that people want to join. And I would advise you that if you've ever spoken to anybody in another company, you may want to reach out again. Okay, and if you know anybody that's got a decent database or has some influence, you may want to reach out to them again. Okay, because if you don't worry about it, someone else will. Someone else will, and you heard Dana talk about it. It's like, wow, she put a picture of somebody up there and somebody that teaches her son hockey, okay, went to med school with that person. It's like, if you don't talk to the people, I'll put it this way. If the person is connected to you on social media or if they're in your phone, okay, you may want to let them know what you're doing and what's new, because if you don't, someone else is going to get that person in your phone or on your social media. We've been in the industry long enough where we've been in meetings where a brother didn't tell his sister what he was doing, and the sister came to a meeting already in the business in someone else's line. I mean, we have seen that happen, okay, live, not just a story on our team. We have seen that happen. So you definitely, want to protect your turf, but you want to go out excited. And let's do this. Let's all accept this as a challenge. I don't care if you've never had a guest on a live Zoom, okay? I don't care if you've never personally attended the Opportunity Zoom. Let's make a point this coming Wednesday that not only are you going to be on, but you're going to have the most guests that you have ever had on. So if you've had none and you have one on, you have the most number of guests that you've ever had on, okay? But let's challenge each other to have the most amount of guests on. Now, one thing I can share with you and why I like when you do what you're doing now and you have your actual picture up, okay? You know, when people, especially guests, are on those Zooms, they can feel the energy that we felt in Dallas. When they, you know the arrow on the side that goes to the next page and then the next page and then the next page, you can keep flipping. You know, those people are on the front page of other people's Zooms, okay, depending on how they have their cameras set up. They can feel the energy and the electricity in the meeting that you all bring, that we all bring. So that's why the more that we have on it, okay, the more energy and electricity we all bring to it, and the better results that people are going to get from it. You know, that's just how it works. It's energy, and, it's funny. You heard Robin Summer mention they have done what they did for us last week on a lot of other teams, Zooms, and nobody had as many guests as we did, and we were hovering around 45 or 50 people. Now, that's not bad, but it's also sad. I'd like to have 450 people. It's like, so, and by the way, our Zoom would hold that. We can hold 500. Okay. So, we upped it to a big number. So let's just do that for each other. Okay. If you don't want to do it for yourself, that's okay. Let's do it for each other. Let's get enough guests on that we're helping each other with our energy. Okay. And April and I will do our best to. The one thing I can promise you with me and April, most of you know us pretty well. The bigger the audience, the better we get. Okay. And it's just like if we happen to have the privilege of being on stage at one of the company events or something. When we were in Nashville, that was a very big audience. When we were in Charleston, it was a big audience. And we do good, when the audience gets big. So let's do that with our Zooms. Let's help each other and commit to each other to help each other build our businesses. And the way we can do that is by having guests that bring energy to it. Does that make sense? Can you guys nod and buy into that? Is that something you're cool with? Does that make sense? And is there no better way? I mean, think about it, to help each other. What more could we do for each other than to do that? So that's Wednesday night. April, you have anything else before we let everybody go?
Nope, I think got it all.
So if you would like to see your team in a video, send whatever you got to April. Pictures or videos, your group, your team. If you were in Dallas and you had fun and you have some things to share, send it over, and some of it'll be duplicate. It's okay. We're not going to put duplicate things in, but the one thing when we're in Dallas, I can tell you what happens is I may be in or not in a picture, but you never know whose camera is taking it. So you need to share them because not everybody's got them. We may have been in pictures, but you don't even remember whose camera was used to take it. So if you have stuff, just send it over to April, okay? And by all means, you can post it in Telegram too. It's don't get too crazy. I mean, okay, I was kissing a gorilla, but that ain't the worst thing in the world. It's like, I really like this bronze gorilla at the Anatole. I wish I could take it home. It would be a great ornament, but anyway, it was fun, folks. And thank you all who attended. Please take advantage of the register for one and get the second one included. Obviously, Las Vegas is 6 months away, but if you register now and you start paying attention to sales for airlines and, look maybe to use points to take advantage of a hotel room or something, man, it gets easy to do if you make the commitment to do it 6 months before it happens. So,
Bobby, try Dee one more time because her phone is unmuted now. Can we hear you, Dee? All right, I guess not. Her phone is unmuted, but I don't hear her.
yeah, I mean, I don't hear anything either. So.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yay. We did it. So I just wanted to say first, like, how freaking cute is Noelle? My gosh. And anybody that posts the first video to get 304 views is absolutely incredible. So, so that was super fun. But what I really got out of it is really building the relationships that really matter, right? Our team, but other people that I met that, you know, aren't even around me, that, you know, one lady out of Ohio, and just the connections that I made is just so exciting, as well as finding somebody here in Las Vegas. And I just saw her in the airport again today. She's like, I'm going to have a get together, a meetup, and you're invited to my house. So you're going to be coming. Like, it's just so incredible to go to these events, to just meet these people and build these relationships that you're going to be able to have forever. So exciting.
We cannot wait to hang out with you and Wayne. Wayner, I'm sorry, it's Wayner. Wayner. And you know, folks, for some of you that I don't know a lot about motorcycles, but I learned about hamsters this weekend. And it's a very exclusive motorcycle group and club that there's only 360 in the world that belong, and you have to die to get in it. And we're at the hotel in the Sheraton, and these hamsters come in, and Wayne and Dee are part of it. They're one of them. And it was like, Dee, I'm just so glad I know what hamsters are now. I always thought it was a little furry critter.
Look us up. It's so crazy. They walk in, I'm like, and one of them's my uncle. I'm like, what in the heck are you doing here? And they're like, what are you doing here? I mean, it was just amazing, right? So when you travel, you don't know who you're going to run into or see or build relationships, or but the Dallas and Life, the combination of the two companies merging, like, it's so exciting, and yeah, like we're fired up, so ready to rock.
We'll see you in about 5 or 6 weeks live again. So anyway, thanks for contributing. Anyway, we're going to call it a night, folks. So you heard, you know, what I said Wednesday. Let's do it for everybody else. And if we do that, we do it for ourselves. You know, it just works both ways. So have a great evening. God bless you all. Thanks for hopping on, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.